Walk with me as we take a broad-ranging tour of the world of cannabis, from the ancient to the modern, the medical to the recreational, as well as the social, cultural, and political landscapes of this fascinating plant. I am Dr. Jake Felice, and this is the Cannabis Matrix, where cannabis science meets cannabis culture, where recreational meets medical, and where the body's own endocannabinoid system is as much a player as CBD or THC. Welcome. Hi, and welcome to the Cannabis Matrix Podcast. I'm so happy that you're here. There is a lot to talk about in the world of cannabis. Lots of information, some of it really good, some of it not so good. I want to say welcome and start with some thanks to the people who helped me get here. All of my students throughout the decades, thank you for all of your questions. They say that teaching is one of the best ways to learn, and you guys have been wonderful. Andy at felicemarketing.com, thanks for your help, buddy. I'd like to thank my brother Ben for the drone footage. Ben, Drone Select in Phoenix, Arizona. And please give me feedback regarding requests, topics, that kind of thing that you can send to me at my email, which is drjake@drjakefelice.com. The podcasts are going to be available on my website, also drjakefelice.com, as well as on my YouTube channel and on Audacity and iTunes. And the reason I'm here is I'm super passionate, as you can probably tell. I get to see my patients get better using medical cannabis. I see it with my own eyes, and I think that's why I'm such a believer in it. Also, in my experience, patients as well as recreational users can almost always get better relief from cannabis. Even if it's helping them already, there are ways to get the cannabis to work better fit for you. Another thing I feel is super important to talk about in the intro is that I see that plant medicine is, to a degree, largely understood, especially by mainstream media, as well as conventional practitioners and pharmacists, and also most even what I would call cannabis-friendly media are representing the plant using 20th century pharmacology as opposed to models that we have here in the 21st century that really help folks to understand how plant molecules work synergistically in the human body. A lot of what robust health has to do with is the stability of biological networks and biochemical pathways in the body, and the ability of these networks to understand disturbances both from internal and external events, things that we would call trauma or disease. The approach to stabilizing biochemical networks is a major rationale for full spectrum botanical approaches, because botanicals can work on a whole web or network of biochemical pathways at one time. If you're a visual learner, please check out the YouTube videos where you'll not only see my face, but I'll also be able to post visuals and diagrams at drjakefelice.com. And I'll make sure also that I drop a lot of the peer-reviewed studies that we talk about during the course of the podcast. Synergy and the entourage effect are big themes for me. Cannabis possesses over 600 therapeutic molecules, THC and CBD being just two of those. Think of caffeine or nicotine. Why do plants make molecules that interact with human physiology? I talk about this a lot, so stay tuned. Cannabis works well with a lot of these other plant molecules. For example, caffeine, which is what I like to call my second favorite drug, enhances the pain relieving aspects of cannabis. Caffeine does this for other plant molecules as well. Aspirin and caffeine synergize to have give better pain relief. It's one of the reasons why caffeine is in extra strength Excedrin, for example. I have a huge amount to say. I think I'm going to just keep this short for today because I want to get you interested in tuning in again. So this is really just an introductory podcast. Future topics, I'm going to go through the list here. How cannabis helps patients reduce opiates use. So cannabis and the opioid epidemic, that's going to be in an upcoming episode. How does the endocannabinoid system, which is the physiologic system in our body, work, and why is it like the internet of our body? And how is it that when this endocannabinoid system gets disrupted, we lose our health? Cannabis, the endocannabinoid system in cancer, what you need to know is the topic of another episode. Also, all these are different episodes. So again, feel free to email me. How to maximize effective relief through cannabis synergy. If you're using cannabis and it's working well for you, you can probably get it to work better, and usually a lot better. How does cannabis help patients live with emotional trauma, PTSD, and cannabis? Other topics, how to choose and dose cannabis products for maximum effectiveness and minimum side effects. And maximizing pain with cannabis topicals. Why are cannabis topicals good for skin conditions like acne, wound healing, muscle soreness, and other uses? One of my favorite topics that I've written a fair bit about is cannabis and neuroprotection. So we're going to do a whole episode on cannabis and neuroprotection. Also, I'm a big fan of terpene molecules, so we're going to do a whole episode on how terpenes enhance your cannabis experience. Also, an episode on get to know your cannabinoids, keys to enhancing your health through modifying your own body's endocannabinoid system. Some more kind of far out topics. I'm going to talk about network pharmacology, the endocannabinoid system, and artificial intelligence. How artificial intelligence is going to help us understand our body's own endocannabinoid system. I'm going to be having podcast guests and leaders in cannabis thought. Very excited to bring forward experts in the field and interview them because I get to learn so much when that happens. And also an episode that I'm titling Cannabis in Outer Space, or Cannabis in Space, theoretical and practical applications for future Moon and Mars colonies with cannabis. So lots and lots of exciting stuff to talk about. You can find out more about my non-podcast related services at drjakefelice.com. If you need or want consulting services, whether you are in industry or in product development, healthcare, it's free to talk to me for 15 minutes. That's $45 value. Also, I do provide private tutorials and education available. You can check out my website. And just to mention that Cannabis Matrix podcasts are available on YouTube, on SoundCloud, and at iTunes. And I'm really excited to be here. I'm going to keep it short today. Thank you for listening. Please send me any feedback regarding future topics. Again, that email is drjake@drjakefelice.com. And until next time, thanks for exploring with me here at the Cannabis Matrix Podcast. I am Dr. Jake Felice, and I look forward to moving into the future with you. Thank you so much.